Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tomb Raider. I have to kind of keep it on the inventory here for a second, just so as I can introduce, because we are straight into this. We kick off this level, the final level of the game, with quite the boss fight. I don't even know if this thing has a name, but it's literally just hatched out of that giant egg that we saw at the end of the last level, and it is an absolute tank. It is a bullet sponge. The best method I have for fighting this guy, because he deals a lot of damage. If he hits you, it's almost half your health gone in one hit. The best method I've found for this fight is to just keep circling him, because he can't turn very fast. And as long as you kind of keep on the move, he can't really get turned around enough to hit you. I will demonstrate to the best of my ability, but the bigger cause of death for me is falling off the side, because the camera is going to focus on the boss while I'm running around the edge of a square platform, which has a huge death drop on 3 out of the 4 sides. So it makes judging how close I am to the sides a little difficult, but we're going to give this a go anyway. So let's do this. He really is an exceptionally creepy looking dude. If he even is a dude. Well, I don't even know what you call him. He's just extremely creepy looking. Any chance you can to kind of run at him and let your Uzis... oh, whoa, that was close. Let both your Uzis shoot at him, the better. Like, that chance there. Because obviously then, once both of your Uzis are firing, you're doing double the damage. But he does take a good while to go down. And this is only the start of the level. Needless to say, with this being the last level in the game, it is definitely on the more challenging side. But not in the ways you'd expect. Oh, this is going to be a tight one, this is going to be a tight one. Come on, keep going. Yeah. If you can manage to get a second to actually stop and just pummel him, then absolutely go for it. Oh, that's him down. That's him down. He's clutching his chest. And down he goes. And in typical Atlantean fashion, he explodes. So, we're aiming to try to get back up there to where the Scion, I never know how to say it. We're aiming to try to get back up to there, but we kind of have to go the long way now. I'm going to take a second just to grab these Uzi clips. There's one on each corner. I honestly don't know how they would expect you to get these in the middle of that fight, because if you stop to try to pick these up, you are getting pummeled. So, God knows how you're actually supposed to do that. I wonder if you can see the whole way down from here. No. But it's effectively an extremely long drop to lava at the bottom, which sets you on fire and kills you from fall damage. So it's a real kind of in-your-face, double-down kind of death. Anyway, so they try to do a bit of block puzzles here. Where we're aiming to go is that path up above. And we've got a movable block there to the right, but we can't really move it anywhere from this side. So this one we have to push forward in order to get around to the other side of that block. There is also, I'll say this now for posterity's sake, there are 3 secrets in this level. I don't know why, but if you have gotten all of the secrets in the game up to this point, when you get the 3rd and final secret, the secret itself won't register as a secret. I have no idea why. It's quite a widely known bug, and I don't know why they wouldn't have fixed it in a patch or something like that. I suppose they probably don't have a patch for this anymore. But I will point it out. The chime won't ring, but I will 100% assure you that the one that I point out is, in fact, the third secret. And as annoying as it is to get to the end of the level and for it to say 2 out of 3 secrets, you'll just have to kind of trust me on that one. I have played through this level on its own, exclusive of all the other levels. Like, if I went through and missed even one secret and got everything here, the chime would ring and I would be rewarded with the secret. So I can 100% for sure say that it is the third secret. But anyways, we're gonna save here because it's very easy to die here. These doors will kill us straight away. What you're kind of aiming for is, as it hits together, is probably your best time to start running, because then you can just kind of dive roll over it. Now, I took a little bit of damage there. It is very possible to get that without taking any damage. Now, we don't want to go down that way just yet. We want to cut in here to the right, follow this around, and push out this block. And I will show you why in a moment. So with that pushed out, we're going to have to go back around and loop around. So what we're actually aiming for is this switch here to the right, which is very easily missed. Obviously, we can't use it because there's no floor under it, and it opens this door to the left. So that would be the reason why we had to open up this block, or push out this block. So we're just going to switch around to the other side and push it under the switch. Unfortunately, after pushing it under the switch, we are, again, going to have to circle the whole way back around. Which is, you know, a bit laborious, but sure, look, we've had to do worse backtracking. So we hit the switch, this door behind us opens, and we are led to this room. So similar to other slopes like this that we've seen, there are slightly darkened segments that we can jump into that aren't full slopes. So for these first two, you're going to want to take standing jumps, not running jumps. And you should just land perfectly fine. When we make the jump to this second one, these bubbles are going to start going. So we're going to need to take a running jump while staying far enough away from the lava that it doesn't do us much damage. Now, to proceed, we need to jump across to there, to that passage on the other side. But we've got a secret to get first, because once we hit this point, that bridge opens. And that is exactly where we need to go back to. I have no idea what tile triggers that bridge, but once you get that far, it comes out. And we get magnum clips, a large medipack, and some shotgun shells. And we're actually quite low on shotgun shells because we used it a lot against we used it against some Atlanteans in the last level and the bald guy at the end of the Natla's Mines level. So by using this switch twice, because I didn't actually demonstrate it, but when we first came into this room, that bridge dropped. So by using that switch twice, I have no idea why you have to do it twice, it opens up this half of the bridge again, which allows us to just take a run and jump back across. So that is secret 1. Now we can take our jumps back across, and we'll actually proceed on with this level. Now, to be fair, if we take that running jump again, we will have to jump over those lava bubbles, so it's just as easy, or it's actually probably better for you to take this jump, although it does run the risk of hitting that wall because it can be a bit narrow, and then take the running jump across to here. And that means you don't have to cross over any of those bubbles. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So we've got a boulder at the top of here. And it will roll down after us after we get a certain point up this slope. So we're going to take it backwards. And as soon as we hear that boulder, we're going to run back down and in here and let it roll on by. Easy peasy. There are a lot of traps in this level. Boulder traps, spike traps, axe traps, the whole lot. Another boulder is going to be here, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're just going to back up till we hear the boulder. And this one actually waits until we're further up the slope, just to give us a little bit more more of a challenge to get through. Now, around the end of this corridor, we will hit a breakable tile. Oh, Jesus, I cut that one close. You really, really, really don't want to just drop straight through this. Because it is quite a distance and it's likely to kill you. Even safety dropping, it does quite a bit of damage. So I'm just going to quickly top up my health here. Now, what you don't want to do here... what you don't want to do here is go back down. Which you can do, but you'll have to circle the whole way back up through all of that again. We're going to take a quick save here because this is where this level gets quite challenging. You can't try to take the Scion. What it actually wants you to do is shoot it to destroy it. And that opens this door, but it also causes all hell to break loose. You start getting rumblings and sounds of stuff falling, and everything just gets crazy. We're going to get two Atlanteans here who are going to be taking shots at us, one from the left and one from the right. As long as you stay here, you should be okay. They have quite a distance to cover to get to you. There is a third Atlantean around this corner who should come around. There we go. There we go. And you don't actually have to fight him. There is nothing around here. It's all collapsed in. Where we actually need to go is this is all collapsed rock. And just to demonstrate, just because this is reused from the previous level, which again, I love that they do. There is nothing on either side to be picked up. Those switches are still there, and I don't think they do anything now, because on the previous level they opened the door and the bridge. But there's nothing here now. This, interestingly enough, we used to be able to use this if in the last level we had jumped down to the big platform that we fought that boss in. There's no way back up to that main platform to take the Scion and end the level. So there was a passage that we could take that would lead us back up to here, and we'd need to do the switches again to get back into that room with the Scion. So that's what that is. It's actually nothing there now. So just to show off that there's not actually anything there. Now, what we need to do here is we're going to be taking a safety drop to here. And you can't really see that platform unless you're almost standing right on top. It looks like it's a drop into the lava. And this is where we get a series of quite challenging traps. So we need to get across here. There's no way in hell you're making that jump. So we need to take a shimmy. And we are going to take damage from these darts. I have honestly no idea how you would get across here without taking any damage from these darts. With the speed that they go at and how frequently they fire, I don't think you can get across here without them hitting you. They don't do a whole lot of damage, which is fine. You know, you can just keep on going and then just pop a med kit at the end. So it's not too much of a hassle. At the end here, we're going to drop, and this is a slope. We need to jump as soon as we hit the slope because it will drop us straight into the lava. But if you jump, it'll leave you right here in the middle of another dart trap that we just need to get out of the way of. So with that done, actually I'm gonna quickly just use a small medipack, and then we'll hit a quick save here because I don't want to screw this next bit up, and it is extremely easy to do so. So what we need to do here is jump across where that axe is swinging and onto the only gap there with no spikes. You can't see it, I don't think, but a yeah, you can just about see it there. There's a boulder up there, so if we go straight down and try to make that jump, we'll get crushed. If we go the whole way down here, it will just roll right on by, so we're going to do that first. Now, we don't want to be right at the edge here. We want to be a couple of steps back so that when we make this jump, it's not going to send us into the spikes. So we just time the jump, and you can see even with that how close we are to the spikes. And all we do here is just take a stroll. Just walk on right through. Try to keep as centered as possible here because those the bubbles from the lava will do a bit of damage. And we're gonna go the whole way down to here. So this is a pretty tricky succession of jumps. If you jump from the very edge here, you will overshoot that and land in the spikes on the far side. Obviously not what we want. So if you take a step back, and we're going to go standing jump forward, then right, then forward, and we'll make it to the ledge on the far side. We'll clear these spikes with a first jump, across and across. And that is clear. Now, this is where we get a bit, well, I was going to say fun, but it's not particularly fun. You see those items down the very far end? That's where we're going to be going. It is kind of misleading. You might think you can jump onto these platforms and jump up. That is not the case. That crack that runs the whole way down, that's how we get there. And it's not obvious at all of how you can do that. Because this here, right here, is actually an invisible crack. You can't do it from here. There's nothing here. But if we take a jump from here and grab, she will grab a crack. And then we can shimmy the whole way along to grab all of those items, of which there are many. There's 3 whole large medipacks. Now, I know we've got a lot of them already because we've been picking up everything we can, but man, like, even like if we were short right now, that would be an absolute godsend. 3 whole full heals. And funnily enough, the secret chime goes before we even like release from the crack. So even though all we actually physically see here is the Uzi clips and 2 large medipacks, this other one is actually a pickup for 2. As you can see in the bottom corner there's actually 2 medipacks there. Okay, so from here, do not under any circumstances try to drop and grab there. Lara doesn't do it. I've tried many times. What you actually want to be doing is basically as soon as you pick up those large medipacks, don't move, just take a backflip jump and you'll land on this slope, and then you can just do that because I jumped far too late. I forgot that you could over jump that. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to cut to when I get over there and get those items because this shimmy takes far too long. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. We are gonna try this again. So from here, backflip, and then jump, and we'll land here. That is So much better. Then a standing jump to grab this crack, and we can shimmy across to relative safety. This level is obviously one of the hardest in the game, trap-wise, considering it is the last level. And this one is it's honestly just such a doozy. So we've got to run straight at the boulder, which is just not what you would expect to have to do. We've got to run across these tiles at the boulder and then cut into that little gap where the axe is swinging. So we have to time this almost to perfection. It's a really hard one to judge because depending on the swing you take for the turn would depend on when you run. I tend to try to go as straight as possible to make sure we get in before the boulder. But it is really, really hard to gauge when the correct time is to start running. Oh, wow. That axe nearly completely took us out. But that's okay. That's okay. So this boulder here is also going to be a problem. We need to run down and get into the right before it hits us. Which isn't too bad, just don't stop for that small medikit. Because once it actually stops, we can just take a standing jump. Oh, no. Needed to line that up better. There we go. Standing jump, up and over, and grab it. And then, in order to get back, there's a very distinct possibility you'll hit your head. So, you want to grab as you jump, and she'll just slide on over. Now, this one is also a bit of a doozy. Not because the boulder is in any way a problem. It doesn't really factor in here at all. It's just kind of there for intimidation factors. We just need to time this slide to not hit the axe. And at the end, we're going to just take a jump. So, I don't think I did that. Oh, no, we did. We're okay. Oh, damn it. I didn't think it could get me if I was hanging. Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, guys. Let's give this jump another try. Getting past the axe hasn't been particularly difficult. It's just that jump at the end. I need to make sure I jump late enough to not have to grab. There we go. And we're safe. And it just rolled harmlessly down. I realize the irony of me saying the boulder's not a problem and then getting killed by the boulder. Yeah, the humor and irony of that is not lost on me. Right. This is an interesting room because, again, this game does something that we haven't seen before. So, we need to get to the very far end here. There's a small medipack there. We ain't going to be able to get it. That is going to be lost to the eons. As soon as we step foot into this room, the lava starts coming in. So we just need to avoid the lava. And we can't really get that medikit, to be perfectly honest. There might be a way to grab it real quick, but I haven't managed to find a way to do so. In here, though, as soon as we walk this way, that door is going to close again. But we want to be grabbing these Uzi clips first. And then we can go the way that the door, well, allowed access to. Just keep running here. That boulder is going to come right at you, but it's going to go straight over your head. Not a problem. It's pretty panic-inducing, but you want to just keep going. Here, we want to take a standing jump and grab. And we're going to grab the ledge, and we're going to stay there. The boulder will just roll over our head. And then we can climb up. Very difficult traps, in my honest opinion, to deal with if you don't really know what you're doing. And here's something we haven't seen in a long, long time. These little fire jets. And again, this can be quite a challenging one to navigate if you don't know what you're doing. Some people will try to take a running jump and curve around it. But all you really need to do is take a running jump, grab here. You will clear it. This one ignites as soon as we pull up. And we're just going to want to take a standing jump over it. no problems. And then this one is exactly the same as that first jump. Just take a run and jump over it and grab at the end. Perfect, no problems, easy peasy. Now, this has probably the coolest bit of this level, because that breakable platform there is going to drop us down into that water in the middle. But I like to do that a much cooler way, because there's actually the third secret of this level on the other side of that. So, how do we get there, you might ask? Well, I will show you. But we're going to take a quick save first, because this is one of those ones that's one chance only. Once this tile breaks, you can't get this secret. We're going to take a standing jump and grab. These tiles don't break when you're grabbing them. I don't know why. I'm not gonna look into it. It's fine. It suits my purposes here. We're gonna want to climb up and then take a run and jump across. And this, even though the secret chime doesn't ring and this won't register, because we've got all of the secrets in the game up to this point, this is secret number 3. I guarantee it, and I would stake anything on it. So please believe me. So with this, with all these secrets done, and with everything here grabbed, this is the cool way to get down to the water. Because what we're actually going to do is, remember those swan dives we've done in the past? Oh yeah, that's going to drop us straight into the water. And honestly, if that ain't the coolest way, I don't know what else is. So all we need to do is just grab the Uzi clips here, very easily missed, and then pop up here. And we're onto the home straight here. And this bit, they could have probably done a better job in explaining things here, to be perfectly honest. But I will explain it as we go. I'm going to take a quick heal and a quick save, because we are about to fight the last boss of the game. And the last boss of the game is Natla herself. Except she is in full Atlantean form. We thought she was dead because of how she fell to what we assumed was her death at the end of the previous level. However, she is not. She survived. I would assume she survived because she has a set of wings. And obviously this is much closer to what her full Atlantean form looks like. So, we've dropped her, but if you look at her, she is still actually moving a little bit. And she is not dead.
You can't bump off me and my group,
so once you approach her, she'll jump back up, except this time she'll fight on the ground. And honestly, this stage is a much easier one. You can just jump back and forth and you'll avoid most of her attacks. And she doesn't take a whole lot more punishment. I find the boss at the start of this level to be a much more difficult fight than Natla. So, she's actually down this time. She doesn't actually drop anything, which I thought was a little disappointing. I would, it would have been cool if she dropped like something super unique or whatnot. But that's the last boss of the game. Not particularly challenging. The way I tend to approach it is, as long as you kind of keep moving, running at her, or jumping side to side, you should be fine. If you've collected all the secrets up to this point, you will have more medipacks than you know what to do with, and you'll be perfectly fine just probably tanking the damage and healing as you go if you need to. You can use the pillars as cover as you kind of run after her if you need to, but all in all, she's not a particularly difficult fight in the grand scheme of things. We're going to quickly dip in here just to grab these Uzi clips. It's all that's behind here. There's no other reason to go in there. It's just for those Uzi clips. So, we are about to embark on the last steps of this journey. Where we need to go is up here, through here, and we're going to jump up into this, that way. Going to jump up into this little passage, follow it around, and it will oh no, that's a wall. It'll let us out with access to the smallest of these pillars. Most of these pillars are going to be running jumps. They're not particularly... These whole set of jumps aren't particularly difficult. We've definitely done much harder jumps. I think you can probably take this one as a standing jump. I tend to do it as a running jump just because it guarantees I'm going to clear it. So once we've done that, we're going to follow this one around with a little bit extra climbing. And this will lead us out at some higher pillars. Except we'll have to drop down to them. So from here, again, we're just going to take a few running jumps. Not even any grabs for most of these, although this next one will be. So we need to grab the edge of this one. But again, it's not a particularly difficult jump. And once we get to here, we can climb up and take another passage around. This one a little bit more winding than the last. And once we get to the end here, we're just going to safety drop down again. And that is our goal, straight across there. So simply take a running jump. You don't even need to grab. You'll make it no problem. Jump up to here. And we're going to take a slide down to the end of the level and the end of the game. There's going to be a wee cutscene that plays now, which I'll happily let play. But that has been the end of the level, the end of the game. And although it says secrets 2 out of 3, trust me that that jump across the breakable floor with the axe, trust me when I say that that is the 3rd secret. I'm 100% on that. There are countless videos, guides, walkthroughs all over the internet that will back me up on that if anyone is skeptical. And if anyone really wants, I can run through this level at some other date as a level select that I haven't gotten secrets in any other level, and just demonstrate. If people want me to, if people believe me, then there's no necessity to do that. But that has been a full 100% completion of this game. All of the secrets, although this screen would suggest otherwise. And I've had a great time playing through this again. It was actually quite nostalgic in a lot of points. Game definitely still holds up in terms of, in terms of challenge, in terms of gameplay. It still got tank controls, and it's never going to be the most efficient to play, but it definitely doesn't play badly, which is something that's pretty impressive to say for something that came out in 1996. But I guess that's why this game was so big at the time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let the last cutscene play out. And this will be me signing out. Thanks for watching through this. And if anyone was ever stuck and this has given them a hand, a help, I'm happy to have provided that for you. And I'm happy that I've given you the means to fulfill your dreams as a completionist. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one.